Hello and welcome. I'm Kate from Foremost Fitness Pilates, and today in this short video I'm going to talk about Pilates, and I'm going to answer the question that many people ask me: what is Pilates? So Pilates is a method of movement that was created by Joseph Pilates in the early 20th century, and he called his method of movement contrology. And it wasn't known as Pilates until after he died. So what is Pilates? Well, it is a method of mind-body movement exercise that incorporates thought and breath and flow. And I'm going to go through these principles in a minute that Joseph Pilates originally wanted people to work on in his contrology. But what it is really basically, bringing it right down to basic tax, is Pilates is a form of method of movement that helps stabilize the center of the body whilst providing mobilization and free movement to the peripheral joints. So that means that you're connecting your core muscles, you're stabilizing your shoulders and your pelvis, whilst giving your arms and legs mobility and stretch. But Pilates is so much more than that. People think of Pilates as just a core exercise, but it's a lot more than just core exercise. It's actually quite a sneaky exercise, because if you go to a Pilates class, the movements aren't that big. They're not explosive, they're not massive jumping around movements. They're controlled small movements compared to other exercises, but you're definitely going to feel like you've worked your whole body, and you probably feel like you've worked muscles you never even knew existed. So let's talk about Joseph Pilates and his original principles. So Joseph Pilates wanted people to remember to breathe, and this is one of the things that I teach in my Pilates classes. Everybody needs to remember to breathe with their movement, and it really helps you if you're breathing. It gives your body a sense of relaxation, it tells your body that everything's all right, and it tells your brain that you're not running away from a tiger or something like that. And then the next principle we're going to talk about is flowing movement. And Pilates is supposed to look effortless, but it's a tricky one, so it takes a bit of practice. And Joseph Pilates wanted people to work with precision, with control. He wanted them to center themselves and think of themselves as concentrating on everything that they did. So basically, it's a lot of mind-body work in gentle movements that can build strength, correct posture, help with injuries, but also really work well with athletes. So I'm going to demo some exercises here just to show you how the Pilates flow works, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the principles as I demo these exercises. So I'm sitting on an arc barrel here. I'm going to use the arc barrel because it's one of my favourite pieces of kit in the studio, and it's not too big to use. And my first little exercise here that I'm going to talk to you about, demonstrating flow and breath and controlled movement, is called the port de bras. And it takes you into extension and flexion, and we move our arms. So it's a lovely movement, and it's a lovely mobilization and flow movement. So let me show you this. I'm going to start sitting tall, and I'm just going to go through it a couple of times, and then I'm going to sort of talk to you what I did. So as I'm moving through, I'm breathing. I'm getting my breath to help me with the flow of the movement. I'm starting off with an exhale here, and I'm going to really connect my core, and I start to roll backwards over the barrel. And I give myself a lovely big inhale as the arms circle. And as I'm circling my arms, I'm not just flapping them around, I'm connecting and lengthening and feeling resistance from my fingertips to my shoulders. And then bringing myself back over the barrel into flexion again, working from head to tail and articulating back through the spine, and then bringing that up again. So that one was just a flowy, breathy movement. This next one I'm going to show is a stretch. Now, cat stretches have been done in lots of different ways throughout. I like using the Arc Brow Free Cat Stretch because it lifts you up a little bit more. If you've got sore wrists or injury to the shoulders, it supports you. So here's a little cat stretch for you. So again, it's another flow movement that works on articulation of the spine, and I'm going to start from my tail to my head. So with this movement, I'm really working my core, and I'm really mobilising my spine as well. As I start to flex, I'm really getting those abs lifted in, and I'm trying to control the movement bone by bone, then go all the way through. And when I get to this point, I'm in lots of flexion, and I want to direct that breath into the back of the body just to open it up. So get a little stretch in the back of the body whilst I'm connecting the front. And then we just go through that articulation again, releasing lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, and then getting this lovely stretch. And whilst I'm stretching, I'm thinking about my spine almost creating a little bit more length through my body. So I'm getting an even better stretch, almost visualizing my body growing taller. So I'm just going to show you one more little exercise here on Pilates Principles. Now, everyone's done a press up. We all know how to do press ups, but this press up is your Pilates press up. So I'm going to move my barrel forwards just a little bit more here. Again, I like the barrel for the press up because it lifts you, it elevates you, it's a little bit better for the shoulder stability. And I'm going to do my full press. So I'm going to take my legs out. We want to go in this lovely plank position. And with Pilates press ups, usually we do a pulsed breath just to make everything a little bit harder. So I'm going to go down with 3 little sniffs. And come up with 1 big exhale. So this is about stability and endurance. You'll probably see my arms shaking. It's quite a heavy one here. As you go down and up, you want to keep that feeling of length from head to tail. I'm really working my core, and I'm lifting my abs in, tightening my bottom and my thighs. Everything's working super hard. My shoulders are working on endurance, and so are my abs. I think that's enough for the moment. Pilates has developed a lot since Joseph Pilates created it in the early 20th century. And there's traditional ways of teaching Pilates and there's contemporary ways of teaching Pilates. And at Foremost Fitness, I teach the contemporary style of Pilates, which is, we base it on Joseph Pilates' original methodology and principles, and then we combine that with modern science and evidence-based research to help the body progress and to make the exercises a lot safer and more effective. So I look forward to seeing you soon online or in the studio at Foremost Fitness. And if you have any questions, just email me. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.